Hello guys, good morning. Let's wait for 2 more minutes. Okay guys, we will start. In last class, we have been talking about load balancers, right? Application load balancer. And these load balancers, we know what they'll do. They'll distribute traffic equally among the servers, not only servers, instances. They can be private servers, backend servers, and other things. Your ELB is the device which distributes traffic equally, and also it does health checks. Yes, we are creating ALB, correct. And application load balancer also does the same thing. It monitors and it does health checks using HTTP requests, and also it distributes HTTP traffic. Whereas network load balancer operates at network layer. It looks into the network traffic and it distributes network traffic among the servers. Classic load balancer is the old one. We already talked about that. And there is gateway load balancer, which is new one. Let us go to that page. Instances running. Okay. Let's start our instances first. Meanwhile, we will go and recap our load balancer. Start instance. Right, and we'll go to load balancers. There are four types of load balancers. Application load balancer, network load balancer, gateway, and classic. Classic is old one which handles HTTP, HTTPS, and TCP traffic, and it does the job. It distributes the traffic among the servers, and it does health checks, and it is a job of load balancer. It does the thing. And then this classic load balancer has been split up into, not split up, I say upgraded into application load balancer, and which handles only HTTP and HTTPS traffic, and network load balancer, which handles TCP, TLS, and UDP traffic. So this application load balancer have a feature of content based routing. Since it's dealing with HTTP requests, and it can look into the paths, headers, etc., which are part of HTTP request, and makes routes according to that. And here in application load balancer, you can make use of more than two target groups, many target groups, more than one target group simply, which you cannot do in your classic load balancer. And we have a gateway load balancer. So these gateway load balancer allow you to deploy third party security tools appliances. So what have done these security firewall providers, software providers, they have partnered up with AWS. Let me show you what is gateway load balancer. You can go through this, and here let's say getting started. Gateway load balancer partners, let's say. So many documents are there, but I want to show you who Cisco is a partner, and there are some partners who are providing network firewall. So they have partnered up with this gateway load balancer. I'll let you know when we talk about gateway load balancer, we will see that. It's easy to. Let's also check this. Can we find the list of partners? The best cloud formation. Yeah, find your partner here. See, these checkpoint is a software AWS continues to deliver. So what they'll do, this checkpoint, they provide uh, say threat prevention technologies. Checkpoint software technology. Fortinet is another one, which provides you virtual firewall natively integrates with AWS gateway load balancer. And Palo Alto networks are there. See, all these are uh, those providers. So this they have partnered up with these providers, and you can launch EC2 instance and launch these third party software and the EC2 instance, and again they are available in AWS itself since they have partnered up with. And you can add that security appliances which are EC2 instances with this which integrated with this software. So that is gateway load balancer. You are adding security appliances, and you can do this with gateway load balancer. And here gateway load balancer will not use internet, of course, and it receives traffic from the internet. On other side, it uses a separate port called as GENI port, uh, which is not exposed to internet, which uses AWS private link. Simply to it uses gateway load balancer is for appliances. Appliances are nothing but EC2 instances with the software integrated within it, which improves security, compliance, and policy controls. That's it. That's about gateway load balancer, and we are here discussing this application load balancer. And we have already done halfway. That means what application? So Farin, Sania, can I share my screen for yesterday's? Yes, Farin, we will do the recap. try to do, we will do hands on now. If you are still facing the issue, you can share your screen. Okay. Okay, let me open my mind map. Okay, let's do this. If you have not done hands on in our last class, ALB, application load balancer. To use this application load balancer, let's say this is hands on. First step, let's say first step, let's put it here. First, you have to create your instance, guys. Minimum 2, right? If you are not done in last class, please do it now. Create instance minimum 2 or 4 as you wish. Minimum 2 instances. And these instances, they should have HTTPD service running. So before that, install HTTPD on them. And what is the command? Yum install HTTPD. You can also use -y. I think -y comes in front. Anyway, try this. Yum install HTTPD-y. After this, create and configure, we say. Okay, you have to create your instance. If you have your instances in stop state, start them, and there should be HTTPD service installed. If not, install it now. Yum install HTTPD-y is the command. And second step, you have to go to this path. First, login as root user, sudo -i or sudo su hyphen also works. So let's say sudo -i. And then go to parent directory. Then give this path. Yes, cd space /. Then go to var deb folder html. This is your command. Yes. And then make directory. The example we took, we have taken two paths. One is fashion and another one is electronics. So this is for instance one, say for example. This is for instance one. This is step one, and yeah, make DAR fashion. This configuration is for instance one, guys. So make DAR fashion. And then cd fashion, and then vi index.html, create your HTML page. And how to save it? Colon is first you have to say escape, right? Escape and edit it. Escape, insert, edit it, write your HTML code, and then escape followed by I, write HTML code, then again escape followed by WQ exclamatory mark. Then service HTTPD start. So please check these commands if you have done correctly, and you need these two instances, right? So this is our first step. This is instance 1 configuration. You have to create two instances, and then open your connect your instance 1, install HTTPD. If you have already done these things, you can directly go to HTML. You have to create this directory. This is very important. Why? This is path based routing. That path has to be there in your server, right? Whatever name you are using, you wish to use in your path. So the example I took is e-commerce example. I am saying slash fashion slash electronics. You can take any other scenario. For example, language. So one web page has to come when user requests with the path slash English. And if he says slash Spanish, the web page in Spanish, written in Spanish, has to be displayed to him. How? Using the path. So whatever path you wish to use, the same path should be there on your server. So that's why we are creating a directory with the path name. And your index.html has to be in the directory which you created now. Otherwise, request will go to your default index.html page, which we have created previously. If you have a previous server, if you're using a server created in our previous classes, we have index.html page previously created in HTML. So if you we don't want that. We want our index.html in fashion. So in fashion folder, you have to put that index.html code. So you can write anything. Welcome to this is a fashion web page. Um, welcome to this e-commerce site, something like that. Fashion. So you have to distinguish between the other instance and this instance. You should be able to see the difference. So write the HTML code, and be careful at this step. Your index.html has to be under fashion directory only, and to check you can use ls command, and to read index.html you can use cat command, right? Any doubts, guys, in these steps? You can follow these steps as it is. Type in these commands as it is, and service HTTPD start. And then instance 2 configuration. Same thing. No, we don't want this. Say instance 2 configuration will be like this. It's not getting copied in this format. Anyway, so instance 2 configuration. Same steps, but instead of fashion, use a other path. In my case, I have took example electronics, cd space electronics, and your index.html should be under electronics folder now. And rest of the steps are same. I'll say repeat instance one steps with following changes. cd electronics instead of cd fashion, you have to use cd electronics. That's it. Make dir right first, and then cd electronics. These two things, otherwise all the other are same, right? This part done, everyone? Yes, Farin, yes, others? Okay. Yeah, Farin, I'm getting test page. Test page means for one instance. Okay. You should use the path. Say we have created fashion, so path has to be slash fashion, and here also path has to be slash electronics. If you don't use path, what happens? It will take you to by default index.html. Let me go to AWS console, my instances, EC2. Let us connect to this instance. Okay, and connect. So let me go to parent directory, ls, and we know where is there, right? Here. So cd where say html. I am here, ls. I have fashion folder index.html page. This is my default index.html. So what I can do, let me edit this. See, I am not going into fashion. This is my default index.html page. Okay, I'm not a root user. QA. Yes. Let us log in as root user. Let us edit it. I'll show you the difference. Here you might have got wrong. Let us call this default page as home page. Say welcome to abc.com, and then use path slash fashion for fashion products and slash electronics for electronic products. See, now what I have done, I have edited my default HTML page. This is default index.html page. When I give IP address or DNS name of this server, the traffic will be directed to this index.html. Let us start HTTPD service. Service HTTPD start. And I'll copy this instance public IP. So this is what I'm getting. Welcome. So let's use slash fashion. I want to know about the fashion products. So how it routes my traffic is when I say slash fashion in the path. Now this request will go to the server and server will look for this path. So this folder has to be there, and inside this folder fashion index.html should be there. ls, right? Index.html we have created. What it says, this is fashion page from fashion server 1. So let's use this slash fashion. So without this slash fashion, you will get the default index.html page. If there is no default index.html, then Apache server test page will come. Suppose if you don't have any file, either you will in under fashion, either you will get file not found error or again Apache test server page. So slash fashion. So now I'll get this. So I have two index.html. One is default index.html without any path. If I give this IP address, it will go here to this one. And again inside fashion, I have, see I'm in fashion path, right? In this fashion folder, I have index.html. So when I say slash fashion, that index.html page will come. So if you are getting Apache test server means, that means you don't have this index.html and you are getting Apache test server page. So let's go back. Cd dot dot space dot dot will take me to one step back. I'll try to remove my index.html from here. Remove regular file. Say y removed. Let's say ls. Say no index.html. I'm getting test page. Clear, Farin? Did you figure out your mistake? Yes. So either you have directed your traffic to the by just giving the IP address without using the path, or there is no index.html in your fashion. Okay, so try this. If you're not getting, at the end of the session I'll make you to share your screen of 10 minutes before. Okay, going back to our mind map. uh, Everyone clear with these steps, right? Do you want me to wait to configure this thing? Shall we continue, or anyone doing this? Continue, Chita, others? Okay, clear. Now, our step 2. Here I'll give step 2. Create target groups. So here I am not going through the details, health checks, etc. Create target groups, and we need 2 target groups. Create 2 target groups, and target group 1, name it as fashion. Target group 2, electronics, and add members. And we know, right, instance 1, which has a fashion path, member is add targets instance 1, because instance 1 has fashion path. And here add targets instance 2, because instance 2 has, sorry for that guys. Okay, here, right, instance 2 has electronics path. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take this. So next steps are simple. Just you need to configure your application load balancer. So instead of one instance, you can test with 2 instance here and 2 instance here. You can take a AMI and try with your AMI. Okay. We will go to our console. So I need to start HTTPD service, right? It's already started here, HTTPD service running. In all of these servers, HTTPD should be there in running state, right? Connect. B3, I think this is Q or A, okay, 6. No, it might be Q, okay. Mm-hmm. Set, okay. So we want to connect to this server also. Why? I want HTTPD service running on all of these servers. If you use your user data, it will apply only when you launch your instance, not after reboot. So this one done. Service HTTPD start. So this one also done. HTTPD service is running. Last one. Service failed to start. Why so? Let's use sudo. HTTPD start. Okay, sudo has resolved the issue. And then close. And we know these instances have paths which we required, and then index.html pages are there, and HTTPD services are also running in all of these 4 servers. Now we will go and look into target groups. We have already created target groups: electronics, fashion. Fashion target group has 2 servers in it, but both are unused because we have not yet attached fashion target group to load balancer. So these two are in unused state. Target groups. Electronics target group. See these two instances: electronic server 2, electronic service are attached. That's why they are in use. And you can see status is healthy. It's not unused because I have added this target group to load balancer. We have also created load balancer in last class. And you can see in listeners and also in description, availability zones, etc. Attributes. See, this is forwarding to electronics. That means this load balancer is forwarding the traffic to electronics target group. Let us test this. So this is DNS name of application load balancer. Copy this. See, I am getting, this is my test HTML web page, which is index.html, a default index.html page, which will be in the HTML folder. So if only I say /electronics, I'll get this. This is a web page from electronics server 2. And this is from server 1. So this is what load balancer will do: equally distribute traffic among the servers, server 1 and then next server 2. We already discussed this. And the classic load balancer will do the same thing. You can add, suppose there are 4, 5, 6 servers, add them to your classic load balancer and test it. Your load balancer will route traffic in round robin fashion. And coming back to our application load balancer, there is additional feature as we discussed. Additional, this application load balancer can do path based routing based on paths. That means we have two target groups. Based on the path, your application load balancer has to route traffic to another target group also. But we have added only one target group and we have option of adding only one target group. While creating your application load balancer, it asks you to add target group and you can only add one target group at that time. Now I want to use that fashion target group also with this application load balancer. How you can do that is go here. So select your application load balancer, go to listeners tab, and under listeners tab, you can see it's forwarding to electronics. If you want to add another target group, click on view or edit rules. So you have to go here. Clear, guys? Go to view or edit rules. You can see the default target groups. Go to electronics. So you can also create the third target group, which is for your home page, for home server, let's say. So you can make that as default target group. That means requests otherwise not routed. All the requests coming to your ALB will go to the electronics target group only. If there is no path mentioned, then every such will go to this one. Instead of this, you can create another target group, calling it as home server or home page kind of a thing, and make it as default one. So all the traffics which are not specified attached with the path will go to this. This is a default one. Now let us add rule. This is default one, and also let us add rule. Insert rule, add condition. Let us say path. You can use host header, HTTP header, HTTP request method. So put request can be routed to one target group. Get request can be routed to another target group. Query string. So we already talked about structure of URL, right? See, after this question mark, whatever is there here in the URL is called as query. So using this query string also, you can add conditions. Source IP, based on source IP, where it is coming from, where request is coming from. Based on that also, traffic can be routed. So we have took an example of path. You can try with these things also: host, HTTP, request method. Let's say path. So value when path contains slash fashion. Add action, forward to fashion target group. So requests coming with this path will be forwarded to fashion target group. And group level stickiness. If you want to enable group level stickiness, you can do that. Okay, I think I have saved this. Let's say edit. If a target group is sticky, requests routed remain in the target group. So where it is helpful, sometimes users might have network issues. Suppose they have added few things in the cart and they are about to pay the bill, and now some issue happened and they got disconnected from the server. And again, when they try to connect to the server, when they again send a request, try to reach the server, we don't want them to route to another server. We want to restore that session, because if you route him to another server, again he has to search, add products and make payment. We don't want that. There might be chances of losing the client, losing that one thing, right? Payment. So we want him to be directed to the same server. In such scenarios, you can enable group level stickiness. So how much time? So within 1 hour, if he try to again connect to server, then his request will be routed to the same server, not to another server within the target group. Suppose there are 5 servers in this target group called fashion, and he has connected to server number 2 and disconnected, and he's doing something there with server number 2, like he's in middle of his payment, such things. If he tries to access this slash fashion path within 1 hour, then his request has to be routed to the same server, right? And then you can also change this. Enable first, and maximum is up to 7 days. Sorry, up to 7 days. You can, maximum limit is 1 second to 7 days. That is group level stickiness. If you want to save, click on this saved. I have not added any group level stickiness because I want to see how load balancer switches between different servers. If group level stickiness is there, we would not be able to see that. So group level stickiness off, and save this also. Simple. The rule says that if path contains slash fashion, forward to fashion group. And we want another rule. Save, and then insert another rule, add condition, path again. If path contains slash electronics, right, that's it. So here our default target group is also electronics. Instead of this, what you can do, you can create one more target group with welcome page, something like that, and add instance which has that welcome page. So then if a user is not specifying any path, then he will be sent to this uh, target group. You can call it as a home page, or a home server, something like that. So if user is mentioning paths, then his request will go to uh, these target groups which you have added in the rule. Save, and also save this, save, or you can directly go here and save. So default, if there is no path also, request will go to electronics target group, and default HTML page that will come. And if path is slash fashion, it will go to fashion target group. If path is slash electronics, it will go to electronics target group. Clear, guys? Any doubts in this? Now let's go and test it. And once again, where you can edit this listeners tab, and under listeners, this is your default target group. And if you want to add more target groups, if you want to route if you want your load balancer to route traffic to more target groups, then go to view and edit rules. So let's come back. Under description, you can find DNS name of your load balancer. Copy this. And it's already there here. When I am not giving any path, so what's happening? It's going to electronics target group and to the default HTML page, which will be under HTML folder. So this is my test HTML web page. This is the server which we used in our class to discuss how to set up HTTPD service. And then it has to change. I have two servers in electronics target group. It's not routing to my another server. No problem. Now let's say /electronics. So this is electronics web page from electronics server 2, and then server 1, server 2. Suppose I want a user who is requesting server with /fashion. Not found. It takes some time. Let's go to target groups and check fashion. Two are still unused. Let us refresh. So we should get healthy here. Then only that means they are in use with application load balancer. Status has to be healthy. So one has become healthy. That means it is in use with application load balancer. And still another one is unhealthy only. Why? This is fashion server 2, right? Maybe sometimes if the HTTPD service is not running, then also they will be treated as unhealthy. So HTTPD service is running and we will see our target groups. So here it's still unhealthy. So I guess what we have done is there is index.html here. Anyway, we have one server, fashion server 2. So when path is /fashion, it has to route to this server. My another servers is still in unhealthy status. It may take some time. Okay, let's go and see now. /fashion. load balancer, listeners, view and edit rule. Yes, this is the path, and then it has to forward to this, and we have saved it. And we are getting server status is healthy too. In my fashion target group, healthy means who is updating that healthy and unhealthy, or application load balancer. So this server 2 is attached with application load balancer, and not this one fashion server. For some reason we don't know, maybe after some time it will also get that healthy status as healthy. But why I'm getting this 404 file not found error? Go to instances. This is a healthy server. Connect. Is there, and cd fashion. For electronics it's working fine, and it's also switching in between the servers, two servers. And here for fashion, why we are not getting this? File not found error again. Slash fashion, then forward to this. Let us remove this unhealthy one, deregister, and we'll go to my EC2 and check once. Fashion server 2 is healthy, but we are getting file not found. Say public IP. It takes some time for your application load balancer to deploy the changes. Let's wait. Let us also check the region of this instance. Not region, sorry, available. Everything is in 1A only, so no, that should not be a problem. Availability zone is not a problem. Okay, take some time. So everything is there only. We have added rule, HTTPD service is running. Let's wait for some time. Meanwhile, we will look into network load balancer. Try this. You will get this. If not, we will try in incognito mode. Sometimes your server, it's because of your browser also. We don't know. Here also file not found. So this is with your application load balancer. It may take some time to deploy the changes. Also try with new browser. Requested URL is not found. Let us try to edit. View edit rules. Edit and updated. Save. No save. So we have successfully updated. Okay, then I'll check. So where we have gone wrong, or it is sometimes ALB will respond slowly when you make changes. It will take some time to deploy that. So it is sometimes it is quick. Sometimes we don't know. It takes 10-15 minutes to deploy the change. I'll let you know if any mistake is there or it is from ALB side. I'll also let you know on our Monday session, right? Today's Friday. So try this. Steps are same and let me know whether you're getting this or not in our Monday session. So let me put the path back. Path has to be / fashion only. Okay, going back, we have a network load balancer. Also try with network load balancer. Network load balancer. It is same like application load balancer. Uh, all these load balancers have similar creating them, provisioning them as very much similar. See, you have to give name, scheme is there, internet facing. We know this IPv4 dual stack means uses both IPv4 and IPv6. So instead of health checks, we have network mapping here because it deals with network traffic. The name is different. We want if you want to use all the availability zones, and that means adding all these availability zones to the network mapping of this ALB. IPv4 settings go with assigned by AWS. See here, your TCP is listening in port number 80 and forward to here. You can add your target group or create. If already target groups are there, you can create here. My two target groups are in use, that's why I'm not getting here. So add listener, right? Listener. Here you have to select the target group, that's it. And you don't see much difference because it's happening on the back end, and that's it. Click on create load balancer, your load balancer is there ready. Same like application load balancer, and here health checks are also you will give in your target group, right? That's it. And cancel. Try with network load balancer also. Okay, so we discussed about load balancing, target groups, load balancers, application load balancer. We have also done with that. And then we have launch configuration, which is auto scaling group. We have auto scaling left. With this auto scaling, our EC to 90% is will be done, uh, almost done. Auto scaling we will discuss in our Monday session, and also try once whether this is working or not. It's not working yet, or let us not use. If I don't use, it will go to electronics. Path is this only. Okay. Okay, I'll try to execute the same on Monday. So there we will discuss if there is any issue. I'll figure it out, or I'll let you know on Monday why this is happening. Meanwhile, do labs, go through recordings once, right? Maybe from Tuesday onwards, we might be going to a new topic. So, and in within these 2 days, try to complete everything with respect to EC2. Okay, guys, see you on Monday. Happy weekend. Take care. Bye bye. And Farin, will you share your screen? Are you able to resolve this? Or you want me to give access, screen share access to you? Okay. Get another doubt again. Yes, Ipsita. Thank you. Wish you the same. Okay, I'm stopping my screen presenting. So what is it, Farin? Do you want to share screen or you'll try on your own? So you shared, okay. Yes. You have your extra volume and electronics running. So which one is this? Electronics, okay. So you are in your root of just say PWD stands for present working directory. Type in as PWD. Yes, type in PWD for it. Yeah, you are already in var. Okay. Yes. Then go to accept. Okay, you are in your var path. And do you install this service, HTTPD service? LS once? LS? See, there is no that deb folder. That means HTTPD service is not installed. You should, if HTTPD service is installed successfully, you should get that deb folder. That is not there. So install HTTPD service once again. Yum install HTTPD service. Yes. Now ls. Yes, deb is there now. Yes. CD electronics. You have to go into that and create one index.html. So vi index.html. Vi space index.html. Escape I will take you to insert mode. And you can type in now. Type in your HTML code.
Hello.
Yes.
I'll do it on my own. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, Farin, then yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Ma'am,
Yes, Kiran.
Ma'am, is there any assignment for this week, ma'am?
Assignment, do the things which we have discussed in class. In addition to this,
Okay.
try with this classic load balancer.
Okay,
Let
ma'am.
me share my screen. Okay. We discussed the load application load balancer, right? In load balancer, see there is a application load balancer, network load balancer. Try with classic load balancer and also with network load balancer. Try to do also these two things. Try with network load balancer and classic load balancer. Okay. And
Ma'am, but there is an LMS access, na cloud computing introduction like that. Is there any necessary to complete the assignment now?
no, this is not assignments that are there in your LMS.
Okay.
So these things you no need to submit also. Just try, take it as an assignment and let me know on Monday. And proper assignments, let you show the assignment folder. Yeah, you have 6 assignments. If you look into assignment number 1, we have this as assignment number 1. You should use, you should know about EC2 and S3 as well to complete this assignment. And you have to submit this assignment. So here you can go through it. You will be using your elastic load balancer, S3 also. So that is your assignment number 1. So we have not yet discussed S3, right? So no need of go doing this assignment now. But instead, what you can do your labs. So I would say labs. Your labs for this weekend, take it load balancer. You have to get comfortable with load balancer. These three: application, network, and classic load balancers.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Then see you on Monday. Bye bye. And is everyone there? Let me share this link. Guys, please wait for a couple of minutes. Okay, so I am posting this link in chat box. So this is our WhatsApp group link. So please join to the WhatsApp group. I think I have posted to only Sita. Let me put it in a chat box for everyone. So copy this link and add through this to WhatsApp group. Okay. Done, everyone? Farheen, yes. Kiran, done. Okay. Ipsita also, yes. I think Shravani left. Lakshmi? Okay. So, no problem. We will let her know on Monday. Okay, bye. Bye bye then.